Hello, hello, hello. Welcome for another episode of the Author Spotlight. Hey, it's your main man, Darren M. Palmer, the host with the most. Excited to be with you for another episode. Man, I got my homie on here, my main man, the marketing coach, Mr. Donovan Boyd Sr. Before he comes on in his own way, I'm just going to share a little bit about Mr. Boyd. He's considered the marketing coach, husband and father of three, is an award-winning author, speaker, educator, and CEO founder of the Boyd Group, LLC, a marketing, branding, and management company located in Cleveland, Ohio. Boyd has coached hundreds of entrepreneurs and has represented clients such as Sam Sylk, the Hair Groupie, local charter schools, small business owners, and more. In 2017, he completed a 20-city national book tour for his award-winning book, The Brand Playbook, the ultimate game plan for building your business. And he just released his second book, Clock Management, a parent's guide to managing family and business, in 2018. He is the creator of Brandy and Branding and Authors and Answers, co-host of the Pint Size Podcast, and the co-founder of brandbeforemarketing.com. Donovan has 11 years of experience in marketing and holds a bachelor's in marketing and communication from Fordham University and an MBA from South University. In 2018, Donovan Boyd was selected as Black Enterprise Magazine's BE Modern Man 100 Men of Distinction and was awarded the Trendsetter of the Year award from the BPACF. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome my main man, Donovan Boyd Sr. Welcome to the show, my man.
Hey, man, what's going on? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic, man. I got the marketing coach in the building with me, man. How can we lose? We all need some marketing, Donovan. You know, we all need the marketing, man.
Hey, you know it. A lot of people don't understand it, but I mean, you know, they figure it out over time. But you know, it's a beautiful thing to just be able to, you know, help people when they're ready to be helped. You know, in the marketing and in branding, whatever it is they got going on in their endeavors.
Awesome, man. So I just want to get right into it. You're a two-time author. Just share with the people, give us the name of the new book. Once again, I shared it in the bio, but give us the name of the new book and share with us why this book at this time, because it's a little bit different for those who are part of your fan base. No, I'm a fan of that first book as well. Why did you go this route on the second book?
So my second book is called Clock Management, a parent's guide to managing family and business. It's really like a part two in my eyes. So the brand playbook really was starting a business, building your business, wherever you are in the process. If you was at the beginning, if you was a little along the way, wherever it is, the brand playbook really gave you a foundation to build that business. And then somebody like myself, who is a parent, this second book was so key because now I've built the business. Now, how do I manage the time running the business as well as running my family? So it's not necessarily the next step into the next steps in your business, but it's really the next step in life, because you don't want to build this business and then now alienate everybody else that's in your life, alienate everything else that you have going on. So, you know, taking the time to really, now I've built the business, but how do I manage that time so I don't lose my family? I don't lose the different things that are going on because I devoted so much time into building this business.
And for those who out there, those who are business owners or those who might have a position or a corporate position or whatever it may be, if you're not careful, you can get too consumed in one of the areas. It might be too much family and not enough time on business, so you can't eat anything, can't have anything to drink as far as water or whatnot. But then at the same time, we understand as well that if you're not careful in business, it can consume you as well. So that balancing act is what Donovan is sharing with our audience of the importance of that, because we see the effects of it all the time. You know, when someone is you know, you can have a successful business and then marriage fail, or you can have a successful marriage and then your business fails. So it's still putting you, you know, on eggshells, so to speak, on what to do. So Donovan, with that being said, man, share a little bit as when did you see this being a real issue? And like what stood out for you to say like, okay, I know that this is something I need to write about? Because it's one thing to hear, or it's one thing to see the stats, or hey, I seen dude or I seen her, they're going through some issues. But why did you feel like, man, I have to write about this? Because it's a labor of love to start writing an actual book about something. So what was those things that stood out to you to say, I have to go this route?
So the reason why I went this route, because basically life experiences. So when I was out last year on tour, traveling the country, one of the biggest things that I always hear people say is, how do you have time to do so much? Or how are you able to, manage doing this, or being a father, being an author? How are you able to manage these different lives? So, and then when I was on tour with Rob Hill Sr., that was another thing that they kept asking him, because he was an author. I mean, he was an author. He's an author, but a father as well. And he's a single father. So just how do you balance the two? So I just started to just really reflect on my own life and just seeing the different things that me and my wife have to do in order to manage our lives with these 3 children. And then the different things that we have going on. So in 2017, I had left my job and devoted myself to my life, my family, my career, because not only that I want to, really invest in myself, but my daughter, she is now about to be 3 years old, but my daughter is a heart patient. So she was born with a congenital heart disease. So with her being born, a lot of priorities had to change. A lot of things that we valued as important, we deemed as important, really, God showed me that it really isn't as important. So what I wanted to do was, through that journey of, being every day with my daughter, being there with my sons, I really wanted to write something that really could show what I was going through right at that moment, and how I was able to use, time management skills, and really having to focus on time management, because now I'm taking care of my daughter, my wife's working, I'm running a business, I'm touring. So it's really had to figure out, what was very important to me. And, it just came out in the book. So I started writing about it. I started applying those principles. And it's just been, great throughout this journey.
And I thank you for sharing that, Mr. Boyd, because, for those who are out there, I share this quite a bit, but you have to get this. I keep going back to this. This is the common denominator in a lot of these interviews that I'm doing. Your pain is your product. And I know some people don't know how to receive that sometimes. Your pain is your product, because in the marketplace, you got to have solutions. So how you handle pain, especially if you handle it in a positive way, or even if you handle it in a negative way, but you learn from it, you glean something out of that state or that season or that time in your life, then you can go back and put that into the market, because guess what? Because you have solutions, now all of a sudden, now you can help people, because you're not the only one dealing with time management.
Right.
You're not the only one who's dealing with issues with their family, whether it be health, whether it be marital issues, whether it be financial, or whatever the stresses that come from working a business or just being employed by someone. But the difference is, for those who are listening in and watching this right now, you have to think to yourself, what is it that I'm going through? Are you being a victim to the situation? Or are you going to choose that to uplift someone and be a victor? So that's the thing that you got to get in your mind. Our company was started because of some issues that I was having with publishing. I saw some solutions that worked for me. So I realized, just like Donovan did, it's not only about me. It's somebody else who might need the same type of help or same type of information. So what you're gathered through this book is, but just think about it. With a book that's not even $30, look at what you're able to glean by Mr. Boyd's situation. That could save you thousands or hundreds of thousands or even millions in some cases, but you can save yourself. And just think about it is this too. Think about how priceless it is for your family. So by you having somebody who's already walked that road or went through that journey, and him giving you advice on that, I'm telling you, that's the reason why y'all need to get this book and make sure that you pour into this, because this man poured his heart out into this book and he shared some things that was transparent. So for those out there, why try to go through this by yourself? At least read it so you're like, oh, whoa, that's a detour. I remember reading Donovan's book and he was talking about the same type of thing. I need to be cognizant of that so I don't make that mistake. That's the thing. It's easier to follow through somebody else's footsteps. I like what my mentor shared with me one time. Darren, copy genius. You don't have to be the brightest person in the world, but you want to copy genius. And Mr. Boyd, when I'm looking at you with this situation, and and being the father that you are, being the husband you are first, and being the father that you are, and also being a great businessman, I love how you have combined the faith, family, and business component. Faith, that's the thing that's separating you. And I want to go a little bit deeper into the marketing piece. Could you share with the audience the importance of marketing? And because there's some business owners who listen to this and they understand, okay, I'm getting the family piece, but I'm really not understanding and wrapping my head around this marketing piece. I hear everybody saying it's important to market. We got a marketing coach on here. Just share with them the importance of marketing and content creation.
I think for me, we all have to understand how important marketing your business is, right? So it's an everyday thing, right? So, but you have to live your brand. You have to be your brand. So to where it's not you feeling like it's a task that I have to do every day. Now, there's some things that are a task as far as, making sure that I'm posting the right amount of stuff on social media, or I'm, strategically planning my campaigns as far as email marketing or digital marketing, and making sure that these type of things, the channels are being funneled in the right direction, right? But I'm a father, so that's who I am. So I don't have to market me being a father. I'm a father. I'm with my kids every day. I'm at football practice. You see me as a father. So me writing a book about my experience as a father this is who I am every single day. And once you embrace who you are, what you do has to be a reflection of you. You can't do something that's not you because it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel authentic, and it's not going to be authentic, and it's not going to, resonate with the people, because they people can sniff it out. I think there you go.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm listening to you.
So people, people will sniff things out. People will know if you're not authentic or not. Now, do I think about the problem that I'm trying to solve or what it is I'm talking about, the book titles and all of that? Yeah, 100%. You know what I'm saying? But it came naturally. It was birthed through something that I was going through right now. So that's why it was important. So people say, what problem are you solving? Really, when I look at this, the biggest thing that I always hear people say, man, I wish I had more time. Not enough time in the day. Man, if I wish I had more hours. So it's more so, hey, you ain't going to get no more hours. There's no more hours coming. It's 24. It's no more. So the thing is, how are you effectively managing the time that you have? And that's presented to you. And we all have to develop our own systems, whether that's, the buddy system, whether that's ironing out our days, our weeks, whether it's planning out our schedules, whether it's putting something on your board to say what time you got to be there, but you have to address the time. You have to think about the time. You have to get in front of it. If not, then you're going to always feel like I don't have enough time in the day.
And I love that. I love that portion of what you were sharing too about the importance of being the brand. You got to be it for it to be authentic. I mean, it's whatever what's you is you. So don't try, if you're not Gary V, man. It's cats out here trying to be Gary V,
Okay,
or you trying to, those who out there who in the preaching game, You're not Bishop T.D. Jakes.
Right.
I mean, you gotta cut it out.
I just was at an event with T.D. Jakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black Enterprise. And the one thing that the misconception about T.D. Jakes is that, oh, he's a preacher trying to do all these things, right? And the whole thing is he was a businessman first.
That's it.
His father was an entrepreneur. His grandfather was an entrepreneur. So he comes from a family of entrepreneurs, a family of business owners. He's just been able to take some of his gifts and turn them into businesses. So, so you just got to, so once again, you can't go into it, or I'm trying to be T.D. Jakes, I'm trying to build my preacher platform and trying to do all this. No, the reason why he's successful is because that's who he is.
It's an extension of you, man. It's an extension of you. That's what I want y'all to, I want that to resonate. For those out there who you're not being authentic. So no matter how many funnels, click funnels you get, no matter how you just doing all this other stuff in these programs you buy, if you don't get understand the importance of being organic and being authentic to who you truly are, what your brand is, and understand this too. For you to be the president of the United States, you got to have half of the people in the United States not like you. Most of the time, it's going to be half of the people that don't like you when you're getting elected. So you got to understand too the importance of your tribe. It's okay. Everybody is not going to be meant for you. Everybody is not going to benefit from your services. It's over 7.5 billion people out there. I mean, get over it. Everybody's not going to be your flavor. That's all right. You can still be successful. They can be successful and do their own thing, but it don't mean that you got to hate each other. It don't mean that you can't still link up and do business, or if you don't ever do business with each other, or even link up, it's okay to be you. Be you in what you do. There's other marketing coaches out there. There's other people who deal with publishing. There's other speakers. There's other plumbers, whatever you want to call it. But you got to get out of this mindset that everybody is meant for you. There's certain people that can benefit. I'm just piggybacking off the T.D. Jakes example. But, everybody's not meant to be a member of the Potter's House. Or some people can't deal with a pastor being in business as well. They don't understand the mission in the marketplace. So that's right. You go find what benefits you. So for the entrepreneurs out there, the business people out there, and also for those who are employed, every company might not align with your values or what you think or where you think you should be at. So Be where you need to be to excel. That's the point that I want to get with this. And I think that's what Mr. Boyd is sharing with us. Be authentic to who you are, because you don't have to fake it. You are who you are. You don't have to fake it. Like if I go somewhere, I was able to have the privilege to be at the event with Donovan, and the first thing I came in, I got a southern drawl like Tim McGraw. I straight hit you in the face with it right, because I know I got a southern drawl. I know I'm from the South. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I represent that great, but that's part of who I am. I don't have to fake that. So I'm not coming in there trying to come up with a fake tone and changing my voice up for everybody. I'm gonna come here doing my thing with my Texas slang all day, every day. And when I come in and do that, I'm separating myself from everybody else because that's who I am. So I don't have to fake it. And that's what Donovan is sharing with you. No matter who you are, be who you are in the marketplace. If you do that, then people are going to recognize that and they're going to follow you, which will allow for more leads to come in, allow for you to be able to scale, because you'll start attracting the people that align with you. Some people like Grant Cardone. Some people might like Dave Ramsey. Some people might like Susie Orman, if in the financial mindset. So it don't matter. Neither one of them are wrong. You just got to find the tribe and what resonates with you. And, and Donovan, how you've been so successful with the things that you've been doing, man. I want to talk about the creative side of you, man. I mean, because similar like T.D. Jakes, you haven't let the world box you in. And so I want you to talk about that, the creative side of you, as far as whether it's the books that you write to, some of the events that you do as well. You can see the man give you marketing coach, being a marketing coach for you. But then at the same time, you can see the man get up there, get dressed up on you, man. He'll hit a few moves on you dress, you know what I'm saying? Do some ballroom dancing. So just share that too about how you have found a way with your branding to not be boxed in. Could you share that with us?
It's just me, man. Like, you just have to, I just enjoy certain things. So I just take my mind and the things that I enjoy, I just, create platforms. See, the thing is, I'm not waiting for somebody to do something for me or give something to me, right? So I like cigars. I like to talk about business. So I created Brandy and Branding. So people to come together that do things like I like to do, right? So if I want to go on tour, so instead of waiting for somebody to call me and say, hey man, I want to pick up your book tour. I want to bring you on tour. No, I'm going to create my own tour. So I needed a platform. I needed an event to make the tour. Authors and Answers. I just so happen to like playing with 2 letters and B's and B's, A's and that, you know what I'm saying? So that's just it. I just create the things for myself. I like to dance. I couldn't find no class for people my age group, so I made the class. You know what I'm saying? I just always been like that, man. So it's just different things I like to do, man. I've always been a hustler, from paper routes to cleaning my mother's beauty shop, to delivering beauty supply products, to being in college, throwing parties, playing football, interning. I just always had that work ethic. So I just realized that, you just got to create the platforms. And we living in the age now with the phones, the internet, you can do it yourself. So instead of, I just don't sit back and wait for somebody to do something for me. I just go out and create. And then, once I create it and put it in the atmosphere, it's just received well. And then people, and that's another thing, that we don't all have to be straight serious, straight business 1,000% of the time. I have a son. He plays sports. So instead of trying to find him a team, I'm going to make his own team and I'm going to coach his team.
Just like that. Just like that. Why wait when you can create? I love that, man. I mean, and that's it. For those who out there, create. Stop waiting, whether it's somebody who's in the music industry. I know you're familiar with stuff like this as well. I'm waiting for somebody to put me on. Why are you waiting? Put yourself on, man. Put yourself on. It's no sense. Well, I'm waiting on somebody to do this, and I hope somebody, and I deal with this with the publisher too quite a bit. I'm waiting on a big time publisher to pick up my book. Man, put your own book out.
Put your own book out.
What you waiting on? Put yourself on, man. Is to stop waiting on people to do you what you can do for you. Do something and stop waiting on it for it to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect, man. You just make the necessary adjustments as you go. You pivot as you need to pivot, but you get it out into the market. That's what I love about them. And I'm going to share this too with y'all out there. If you're not really a hustler, this ain't the episode for you. If you ain't really creative, this ain't the episode for you, because you have to understand the mindset of creating your platform. That's what me and Donovan have in common. And that's why I wanted to have him on the show, is because we both had an understanding. And another thing is this: you have to understand the importance of networking and connecting with like-minded individuals. I love what Donovan does. You see what I'm saying? So I do what I do, but me and him are able to get along because it's a mutual respect for each other. Game recognized game, and it looks familiar. So I don't have no problem putting him on a platform. He don't have no problem bringing me, because we know we securing who we are. That I can't do Donovan Boyd Sr. I can't do it. You see what I'm saying? Junior can't do it. It's only one him. It's only one me. My boys can't do it. It's only one me, and they got to be them. And so that's what you have to understand about yourself, is even when you create platforms, or even when you're creating content, don't be afraid of thinking with a lack mindset that if I connect with somebody else, that they're going to steal my shine, or I don't want to acknowledge anybody else. I'm like, man, I told my people, we got to get Donovan on the show. Donovan has a new book out. I've been needing to get it done. He actually came on Self-Publishing 30 Days podcast before, for those who tune in and follow the different programs that we have. So I wanted to have him on again because he adds value, and I love his hustle. I love his mindset. I love him as a father, as a husband. I'm able to see him up close and personal. Who he is on this interview is him. He's not lying to you. Like, this is Donovan. You know, he's going to be setting up when you need to set up something. He's not bigger than he could talk to someone and have intimate conversation with them if they need some help. This is who he is. You see him out there hollering at the kids' game and everything. This is who Donovan Boyd Sr. is. And that's why he's had the success. He's going to continue to have the success he is. And why I bring that up is, what about your own life? I hope you're gleaning lessons from Donovan on this episode for you to be your true self. Because a lot of you are not reaching your goals or reaching your full potential because you're trying to be somebody else. You're being a carbon copy. You're not being a true you. You're not being a real McCoy. You know, you have to step out of impersonating other people. That might work good for you if you work in Vegas. But here in your real life, you're going to have to step outside that and be you. So, Donovan, could you just give some important piece of advice for people out there, man? You know, before I'm going to get your information too, so they can know how to buy the book, the whole nine. But just share it from your heart, wherever you want to go with this, whether it be about management, whether it be about marketing. Just share some areas that you see people where they're falling short at in the game right now, whether it's on social media or business or families, and how should they improve? What would be some suggestions you would give them on how to move forward, being authentic to who they are?
So recently, this past weekend, I had the opportunity to speak to a room full of ladies that work. They sell the jewelry Paparazzi, right? So it's a company called Paparazzi, and the ladies you can buy into the company and you can receive a profit off of selling the jewelry, right? So I had a room full of ladies. The only thing that they had in common was that they were selling the same thing, right? But the flaw or the thing that they were struggling with is they're all looking at one or two people success in the company. So they're trying to do what these people do to be successful within this company. And you know, so what I asked is, you know, because I live by the motto, brand before marketing. So I asked them, before you guys have started out marketing and telling these different people, what's your brand? Who are you? What do you do well? How are you going to sell this product? So some of the people that's successful, they're using social media, they're going live, right? And all these different things, right? But you have people that's in this room that don't even barely know how to work their phone. So you're trying to go live, you're trying to emulate somebody else and not really figuring out who your brand is. So you got older people in the room, younger people in the room, people that's tech savvy, not tech savvy. So really is tapping into who your brand is and who you are and what makes you unique and how do you bring it, what do you bring to the table and how are you going to be successful? I use the example of Nike, right? So Nike is a company, right? But Nike has Serena Williams, LeBron James, Colin Kaepernick, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant.
Don't forget Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. But look, so that's 6 different athletes, right? 6 different people, men and women, that's under the same company, but they all have their own unique individual brands and what they do special. LeBron is not going to sell shoes like KD. Kyrie is not going to, their products don't even look the same. So you have to understand that you don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel. You can do some of the same things, but you still have to do it uniquely and how if there's a million different people that write books. There's books all over the place, right? But my book can't be like somebody else's. I'm not writing like somebody else. I'm not doing the same thing as somebody else. You might do things similar, but this still has to be authentic to you. And no matter what you do in life, no matter what type of business that you're doing, you have to figure out who you are and how it is authentic to what it is that you do. Like you said, don't try to be a carbon copy of somebody else. Really figure out your voice and how you are going to project that voice, and identify who your audience is. You know, the one thing when I'm in the room with these ladies and I'm like, well, who's your audience? Women. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, let's think about it, right? Nike sells running shoes, basketball shoes. They sell tennis shoes. They sell golf shoes. They sell hoodies. They sell T-shirts. You know, they sell dresses. They sell company, but they got different audiences, and they have identified who their audiences are. And once you identify who your audience is, it makes it easier to speak to that audience. You know, people will say, oh, my product is for mothers, right? Is it single mothers? Is it black mothers? Is it white mothers? Is it Spanish mothers? Is it married mothers? Is it divorced mothers? It's so many different ways, and there's so many different people out here, and you have to really tap into what it is that you do, research what you do, put everything into what you do to really figure out who's your tribe, like you say, who it is that you connect with, your brand connect with, and speak to those people.
Man, that's it. The man that gave you the game right there, man. I mean, if you don't do nothing with that, I don't know what to say about you right now. I mean, you know, he gave you some real value bombs, some great nuggets that you need to put in your safe, and you will need to utilize that, man, because I'm guaranteed that you can see exponential growth by the things that he just shared there, man. You have to know that, and it's something that for some of us who are listening to podcasts, who are studying and believe in personal improvement or whatnot, that you can just overlook sometimes. But we got to get back to the basics, like he was bringing up. If you're just looking at it, you're using technology, don't even know how to use, or you know how to do that, but what is the brand of you? Who are you speaking to? You just randomly just throwing seed out there. You know, you just shooting all in the air. You don't have no target. You just random. And if you could just narrow it down to who am I speaking to? That's what direction am I going? Don't just get in your car and just start driving. What is the destination? Who am I giving content to? And I can have something for it, because my grandmother's music is going to be a little bit different than my kids' music. So just saying I'm an artist and I sing or I rap, who am I speaking to? Are you a Lecrae or are you Kanye? Who is your audience? And so those are the things that you want to get, man. Donovan, man, tell us, how can we purchase the book? If I need marketing, how can I connect with you in marketing? If I want to attend one of your events, share that. Anything about you, the Boyd Group, please share details, man.
Man, you can just follow me on social media. I am Donovan Boyd on pretty much any platform. If you need to purchase the book, you can go to my website, and that's marketingismysport.com. And once again, www.marketingismysport.com. Both of my books are on there. If you feel comfortable on Amazon, my books are on Amazon. Wherever you purchase your books from, the Amazon Prime member, you can get it on Amazon. Just check me on social media. You can hear all my events. I got the Pint Size Podcast. Check out the Pint Size Podcast. We're on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and we're on Apple Music. Apple Podcasts. So, man, you can just connect with me that way. It's just so easy for me. Send me an email, DM me. I get right back to you, and we can connect. The book's doing good. I'll probably be launching a tour next year, but October 27th here in Cleveland, Ohio, I'll be at Barnes & Noble's. So very big accomplishment in the city. We're looking for a lot of people to come out just for us to do a book signing. And Barnes & Noble's as an independent author is, something that we've been waiting for, and it came through. So you can just give them, like I said, on social media, I am Donovan Boyd. And then on my website, marketingismysport.com.
Oh, man, that's what's up. Hey, congratulations, man, on the book. And also the engagement that's going to happen on the 27th at Barnes & Noble's. I wanted to share this too. For those of you who are just now finding something out about, Donovan Boyd Sr., make sure that you cop that first book too. This second one I know it's great too, but you think this interview was dope or it went in depth. The man gave you, if you just could take that book alone, wherever you are starting off, or even if you've been in business a little bit, if you grab that book, he gave you the playbook, man. He gave you the game in that book. I mean, wherever you are, that book can save you tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. And that first book is the Brand Playbook. Black Enterprise just voted the Brand Playbook as the top 27 books in the country by African-American authors. So you definitely want to, get the Brand Playbook if you haven't got it already. Like you said, if you're an entrepreneur and you just lost in your way or really don't know where to start, or you just got some fine tuning to do, it's definitely a great resource for you.
Man, that's it. Well, man, Donovan, I want to thank you once again for taking time out of your schedule. I want to be respectful of your time, man. Thank you so much for coming out once again, my friend.
I appreciate you, brother.
No doubt. Hey, remember, for those of you out there, I want to see you sitting across from me, just like Donovan Boyd Sr. Remember that this is the year for your new book. If you won't change, be the change. Until then, be blessed and be great.